everybody, welcome back to the show. And I always just actually very biased when I put that particular song out, Can't Get Enough of Your Love, because it is just one of my favorites. And, of course, we're speaking of who? The one, the only Mr. James Bradley, everybody. And as a matter of fact, let's not talk about him. Let's bring him right on the phone. And all the way from lovely Wisconsin, James, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you so much. How are you?
I'm doing great. And listen, I know you have a special guest there. I decided that I would let you do the honors of introducing him. But before we unveil the surprise, I just wanted to bring you back in front of the Variety Talk family and let everybody get an opportunity to find out what you are doing in, is it Wisconsin tonight?
Yes, I'm in Milwaukee. I flew in from New York yesterday. And a good friend of mine that I actually had the honor of, he was playing with me on the road for many, many years. Today is his birthday, and they have a surprise birthday party for him. And we're here at Garfield's 502 Club, downtown Milwaukee.
All right. Let's hear it for Garfield. In Milwaukee. You know, it's been a long time since I've had a chance to travel to that state. How's the weather there?
The weather is beautiful. I'm so excited. I have friends coming in from Milwaukee area. In fact, I just walked in and I've seen a couple friends from Atlanta, Georgia that flew in today. So we're going to have a fantastic time. It's like a reunion. And my special guest here tonight drove all the way down from Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Actually, my manager.
All right. Well, that's our unveiling. So drum roll, please. All right. So all the way from, first of all, where is he from?
You there?
Yeah. Where is our special guest from? Who you're getting ready to bring on? Where is he from?
His name is Randy Schwer, and he's from Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Sheboygan, yes, but he's a man that's been around the world. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to let him tell you what he's done and what he's doing. He has his own entertainment agency. He's been doing this for many, many, many years.
All right. Well,
so I'm so happy that he was able to come.
Without further ado, thank you, Mr. James Bradley. Let us introduce and welcome to the Variety Talk family, Mr. Randy. I better not mess this up. Schweyer.
That's close enough.
I didn't mess it up.
I've been called things a lot worse than that, I'll tell you that. But I'm just thrilled to be in Milwaukee with James, and we go back quite a few years to when that, the song you played earlier was recorded. We sat in the studio and recorded that with Frederick Knight, and I'm honored to say my very first major record deal was with James Bradley, and it changed my life. And the night I sat in front of him and heard him sing, I went, oh my gosh, God is singing to me right now and telling me how great it is. And James became a friend, and then we were able to get the record deal. And after James, I did quite a few pop hit records. And then the one that most people recognize me for is a group called the Jets. And I worked with the Jets and found them in a hotel lounge in Minneapolis. And a year later, they were on tour around the world. Actually, the things that we're most excited about was being the first act ever on the Oprah Winfrey Show, and things like that happened. And the record went big, and then I produced some other pop records that wound up being movie soundtracks and other gold and platinum records that I was lucky enough to do. But for my life, it started when I saw James and was able to help get this first record deal done, and now we're discussing actually the opportunity to take it to the next level and come out with some new products this year yet that will show what James is all about and where he is right now, and which is still as incredible as ever.
Well, I 1,000% concur with that. I have to tell you, Randy. And so first of all, I'm so happy to have you on the show, and I'd like to thank you for finding someone as special as James, and we've been honored to have him join our little variety talk family that is growing exponentially, particularly over the past few months. And birthday wishes. It's your birthday, right?
No, it's actually Jeff's birthday. Jeff Clare, the drummer in the band.
Oh, it's the drummer's birthday. Okay, so
but if you want to stay on the phone all month, my birthday is March 27th. We could still be here.
Well, there you go. That was the perfect time. As a matter of fact, James' birthday is at the end of the month too. So that's what we're doing. We're starting early. How's that?
Right, we're March baby.
All right, celebrating all of the Aries right here, right now. Okay, that's what we're doing. And but it's really wonderful that just your background and the Jets were just a fabulous group, and really significant to hear about the landmarks in your career as you went forward in finding and discovering all of the talent and bringing them on the various shows. And what was it like to be on the Oprah Winfrey Show? I love me some Oprah. So what was it like to be on Oprah?
It was it was interesting because it was the very first show, and it was very organized, methodical, and nervous. Everybody was nervous. I mean, it was the first major TV appearance for the group, first major musical act for Oprah. It was sort of like, oh my gosh. And at that time, the Jets, the youngest was 13 and the oldest was 19, 5 boys, 3 girls. And to have an act that young with that success that we had with the first record and then nominated for a Grammy the next year, it was like the world went from not too busy to off the charts busy around the world, and going from living comfortably to traveling in jets every day, and which kind of fit with the name after we had given him that name. So it was pretty, and I think back now, and you know how life is, you move forward, and I think back now about what an honor it was, and it's interesting because I can say what an honor it was, but it's the same thing I feel when I'm with James. It's the same kind of honor to be able to stand next to this guy. And that's the thing I love about what I do. With my job isn't to make them great. My job is to help get what they've made great accessible to people so they can experience what it is. And it's interesting because James is a very humble guy, hard worker, and we've always challenged each other to be the best. He's demanded it out of me, and I just take it for granted it's going to happen with James.
Yeah, well, no doubt about it. And I think the most outstanding aspect of working with James is his professionalism. And it's so wonderful to see someone who takes his career as seriously as he does, and make sure that he dots the I's and crosses the T's and is extremely prepared. And that's what continues to add to the greatness that he projects every single time he joins us on the show. And listening to his music, it's just outstanding. I have such a great time playing the clip that we have when he sang with Edwin Hawkins. And we usually play it at the end. And I'm going to grab Scotty. We want to play also before we end with a video. But I want to see if we can end with that also as we conclude this segment, because James has the versatility of an entertainer that I really have never seen before. And he can range from gospel to be to opera, to opera. And I'm amazed at the talent that this gentleman has and has exuded for over 30 years.
Yep. It's what you're talking about is, to me, part of the miracle of what James is, because when James performs, he gets done and smiles, and I'm exhausted from watching what I've just seen happen. And anytime I bring people out, they turn and go to me, wow, wow. And I continue to say, it's undescribable, and it is. And you'll have tears, your heart will be different, your stomach changes, the room changes. It's an experience of James Bradley.
I love the term that you used, Randy, an experience. You know how you can go to some of the finest restaurants and the food is so delectable. It's no longer just a dining. It's an experience. And
right.
I think I feel the same way when I watch and listen to James. You know, he's so tasteful that it's quite an experience, and that's what you are describing. So everybody has to make sure that they get a chance to just get a little hors d'oeuvre of what we are talking about, Variety Talk family, when we speak of Mr. James Bradley, for anyone who has not had an opportunity to check him out. So what are you guys doing right there in Milwaukee? What are you planning? What are you plotting? I want to hear all about what's coming up between you and me.
Well, you know, when you're in Milwaukee, you're supposed to drink beer. We haven't been doing that much. We've been having different beverages, which have been fine. But tonight, James is going to get up and perform at Jeff's birthday, and we're going to have a great time. But the other thing is we're working on a fall tour now to start going after the summer's over to promote some new material that we'll be recording here in the next 90 days. And we want to hopefully share James more again in everything from the music that he's done with Edwin Hawkins to the pop style that's James. Because as you mentioned, when you see James, he puts everything on the table for you, and he serves you everything he's got. And that's what we just want to share with people so that they can experience what it's like to be touched by someone who gives.
Oh, great word. Great word.
Yeah.
What it feels like to be touched. That is so, so awesome. So everybody, we're going to take another quick station break. And when we come back, Scotty, why don't you bring us in with that Edwin Hawkins piece. And I'll talk to you about it on the break. Everybody, you're watching Variety Talk live in Las Vegas, and we have two wonderful people with us on the phone live from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We've got Mr. Randy Schroer and Mr. James Bradley. So we'll be right back. Sit back, relax, and we'll see you in a minute.